Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope everyone is enjoying his time, and all is well up there. And I am here again with a new lesson and new discussion, a sharing of thought and experience. And most of you must be using the charts in your day-to-day corporate life, and charts are very efficient tools, were very effective to uh, to um, to give you the right picture of performances, to right picture of the situation, and at a glance you can come. Otherwise, you might have to read pages and pages and pages to come to get the feel of what are the things and how are the things. But the graphs make it so effectively possible that it takes in a spur of moment, at a glance, it can tell you what is the bottom line and what is the, in a nutshell, what is going on. So, as you have seen in our previous lesson, we loaded the files, and then a summary was updated like this here, and also the graph was done here. And graph, there are different things to consider while doing the graphs. There are different styles of the graph available, and how easily it is. Means all you need to do is the make the selection, and hold down the control key, and then if you want views to include, okay, you select them. If you want subscribers, you can do this, and then all you need to do is insert the graph and change the type, and that's all. Most of the time, it recommends you, Excel recommends you the chart, right? So you can have a recommended chart, so that saves your time and complexity, and you don't have to think too much about it, because Excel takes care of it automatically. Okay, so this was our just to run. Let's run it so that you can revise what have we been doing, and we have been running a summary report, yeah, and that was loading the files, and then later on plotting the graph. That's right. So far so good. That's fine. Now let's once it's settled down, let's see the graph. Yes, it has taken today's file as well, and we have eliminated all the needs to make the manual adjustment in the code by means of using the variable, so that it takes it's automatically adjusts the range. You don't have to tell again and again that now my new file has come, and you include this as well, or not, right? So it will do automatically. So this we have discussed in the last session, and I hope in all these are clear to you. Today's our topic is bar chart, not the trend analysis. We want to have, in addition to the trend analysis, we would like to have the performance of our videos, which we have been uploading into the YouTube, and how each video how are the top 10 videos performing, right? The top 10 videos performance can be plotted. So for this, you need to open this file. So to open this file, we have placed it here, and that's it. Let's make it manually, and then we do the automation, right? This is our today's file. So each file contains the to-date status of the videos, right? These are your videos, right? This is my videos which I have been in, and it has sorted down. The most popular is the Solver one. Thank you very much to everybody. They liked a lot, and 64 subscribers as were there through the views of 490. 490 views took place, and 64 people subscribed our channel. Wonderful. Similarly, this one was on MCQs. Yes, this is also very much like this is coming second, and 10 subscribers were so they subscribed my channel after viewing this video. So 100 views were were done on this video, and so on and so forth. So if we take the top 10 are going to 12, right? This is this. So we select it. Now we hold down control and we say, okay, tell us about how many views are there, and we want to see with how many views, how many subscriptions were there, how many people subscribed. Okay, so this we release this control button. Now this is a scatter selection. All we need to do is what? We insert and go to the recommended chart, right? Recommended charts, right? So these are the, and this is the chart which I am focusing, in which in blue are the views. That is 1600 views, okay, and subscribers, almost 130 subscribers in total. Out of them, that much is in Solver and this. So this is our performance, where we click OK here, and this is the chart ready for us. So how to automate it? So for this, we have to use the same principle, that record the macro and perform all these steps, and at the end stop the macro and then copy that macro and make the fine tuning. These are the already discussed steps. Okay, so let's write it. So let's write down this macro, so that whenever we enter into the sheet, automatically this graph is performed, right? As soon as from index or anywhere from, as soon as this file goes from deactivated to activated, so this is how we are activating, then we the system should automatically build up go to the last file, today's file, and open the file and make the selections and go to the insert graphs and so on and so forth, and make the graph, and then bring this graph here in this file, not that file, and close that file also, right? So this is going to be our topic today, and this is wonderful. So bar charts are very important, for performance evaluation and analysis, and it is going to take the top 10 videos to cover the performance. And for this, and we will write a macro, not in the a module as we normally do, since this is a worksheet activate event. So today we are going to tell you how we can write the event driven code. So this is, you will click here and you will right click here, and then you go to view code. So this is going to take you to a blank page, right? And in this, you are going to select the which object you are trying. We are trying the worksheet object, okay? But it is automatically taken, so we don't need this. We need activation, worksheet activate. We remove this, right? This is for any change in the selection, this will start. So that is not required, okay? We want as soon as the worksheet is activated, now do this, okay? So the first thing is that on as soon as we activate the worksheet, what should happen? We should set up a variable. We should know that how many charts are already there. The X, for example, X is going to contain in the active sheet all the chart objects and the count, say 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, whatever. Okay. And ActiveSheet.Shapes also, shapes are also used to show the objects. So we will discuss it later on. Okay. So X and Y are going to be used, right? Okay. The next is, what we are going to do is we check if the value of X is greater than 0. And okay, so let's press enter here and if. So it means there are the charts there. There are the charts present in the sheet because the value of X is greater than 0. Otherwise, it will jump all across and it will go out of it, right? So if it is so, if this is means the value of X is more than 0, then what should we do? We will again check one more thing, that if the message box, it should display a message in which there is an option of VB yes and no, and it will offer you to remove the charts, because the value of X is greater than 0 means the charts are up. And if the user say, yes, I want to remove the already created charts, then this, we use a do while loop as we used before, and delete all the charts, right? We do this, okay? All right. We write this do while ActiveSheet.Short-Objects.Count is not equal to 0. Okay. So each time it is going to check. And as soon as it is not equal to 0, it is going to delete one graph out of it until the count goes 0 and it goes out of this loop. And we will also do for the same for the shapes. Some shapes are going to be created. So you can purpose of showing you this is that you not only that you can delete the charts object, you can delete also the shapes. Sometimes some photos, some objects, or sometimes some bitmage or GPG or GIF are placed. Device independent objects are there. If they are created, so they will also be deleted. If they are not there, so nothing will happen. It will not give you an error, and it will resolve, right? So far so good. So as soon as the file is created, as soon as the worksheet is activated, this process is going to happen. Let's see. There is no chart at the moment. If we click here, and we click here, so nothing seems to be have happened. Actually, it has happened because there was no chart. If we run the macro, for example, this one, okay, if we run the macro and it creates the macro, it creates the chart, then the effect of this macro will come into the action, right? And you will see that these commands have the effect. Okay. So this was an preparatory work for the chart which we are going to prepare and automate, right? So the next is, now we are going to check one more thing. What? That if it is space, because the last file in the index sheet G65 is going to be our today's file. This is for sure. And if it is blank, means nothing to do. So we end up. So we are checking that it is not equal to blank, right? If it is not equal to blank, then make the graph. Means let's make the graph. Just for our, let's make the performance graph, because it has found there is a file, performance graph. Okay, press enter. So how would we do this? We will start as before, that we will check what is the name of the file which the system is supposed to open. Control wait. So my file is a variable. You can give any name to the file, and then it is going to check this path in this folder, this file name. This is going to be the my file, which we will use workbooks.open command, right? So if you want to see if so far many times you want to say stop. Let's say we say stop, so that we see that how so far how is our code running, right? So let's go out of the scene now. Now, as soon as we enter into the summary sheet, yeah, it has stopped, and it has brought my file. This is the my file, which is going to be open, and the graph will be plotted on the basis of the data which is lying in this workbook. Okay, so we straight away we say the command here. What is our command? Workbook.Open MyFile. That's it. Control V. Workbook.Open space MyFile. The file is going to be open. Oh, fair enough. Next. So let's execute it so that you know it is happening. Yeah, it has happened. Okay, it has opened the file. Now, next is now it should go to the table data sheet and make the preparatory work, right? The selection of the table data, right? So that because all these files have the first sheet that is table data. So the data on which we are going to plot the graph, right? Okay. Next is we are going to write this code. Okay, so how are you doing? So we are going to write this code. ActiveSheet is activate, first of all, F1. That is the first position. First of all, it is going to make the three ranges selection, all going to be on D12. So here we don't have to reduce to change this with the last row because we are taking the top 10 values. So always the row number 12, B12, D12, F12 will remain the constant because that is the 10th number of 5, right? So no need to worry about this for hard coding. Okay. Next is we will activate the first cell from where it is going to start. Right, that is F1. Right, fair enough. And in active sheets, this is the shape. You know, the add chart will be selected, and this is the recorded macro in which we have made sure that it is properly copied in it. So we have copied it, and then the chart area is copied. This is also from the recording. Okay, whatever it is doing. So we are. This is our action that this copy is going to be placed in our summary sheet, right? Okay, this graph is being done where? At table data, which is not part of our file. This file is going to be closed, right? And we need, before it closes, we need the copy of the plotted chart, right? And then we get back to our file, and in the summary sheet, we delete any other object which is already there, right? And then what we are going to do, we are going to paste the data, right? So we are going to paste the object in a special manner. It's not a ordinary paste. This is also we have used the enhanced metafile parameter, so that image, a shape is created. It looks like a graph, but it is a shape, right? It is different to the graph which we have done in previous video. In this way, this is a picture of the graph, looking like a graph, right? Okay. Then next is okay. So let's run until here and then we proceed further. Okay. Okay. We close this file and we go out of this and as soon as we enter into this, it opens the file and it plots the graph and it pastes it in right in the summary sheet, right? So this is how the video performance has been done, right? Is shown in a graph. The next is we want to close the file as well as so let's go back to the macro view code, and here we are going to write this Control V, that in the index sheet it is going to be my file and this file is going to be closed. So this way the file will be closed, right? So the file is open at the moment, this, and you see as soon as I press F8 to go move, it is going to make a my file, right? And my file is going to be closed. This is the closing of the file and it is now returning. So that's it. We have completed the process. Now let's do it again, so that you know that in one go you can see it happening. As soon as we click the summary sheet, it opens the file, it plots the graph. That's it. Wonderful, beautiful, right? It plots the graph and bring the image of the graph here. And while this graph is here, let's get back to our yesterday's macro, the previous macro, or from our previous video, the summary report, right? So let's see that will it bring that graph as well side by side or not? Yeah. It is opening all the files, making the summary, and it has brought the other graph as well. So your previous graph was this. That was the trend analysis of the watch time in hours and the impression click-through rate in percent. And your today's graph is from the last file, the latest file, showing the top 10 videos performance in terms of the subscribers in red and in terms of views in blue. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.